Welcome to A Healthy and Wild World. Um, Today we're going to talk about chronic stress and springtime. It seems to be popping up at least a lot in my world. I don't know about yours, but in my world, it is popping up a lot. This is just one of those topics that this time of year we talk about often, quite often, actually. So, what do I mean by chronic stress? Let's start there. Chronic stress is effectively stress that never goes away. Your body doesn't see an end. It never detects a middle ground. It's just always constantly stressed. So what do you do? That's what we're going to talk about today. We are going to totally get into this pretty quickly, but because I haven't introduced myself in the last couple of videos, hello, if you don't know who I am, my name is Bonnie. I'm a holistic nutritionist, and I'm the host of Healthy in a Wild World. This is one of many topics that I talk about, but majority is to help you live a healthier life without overwhelm, without stressing, trying to manage by keeping it simple. Hopefully simple and sweet, but simple is a great start. So let's get back into this. Chronic stress. Why are we even talking about this? Autoimmune conditions and chronic illnesses suffer more in the springtime than they necessarily do in the summer. Now, I know you're thinking, but okay, Texas summer, it's extremely hot, it's extremely humid, they are brutal in some of the northern states in the wintertime. It is very brutal. However, springtime, we have a lot of allergens in the air. There's new growth, there's renewal, there are plants releasing their pollen all over the place because it's the time when things start to grow, when the world wakes up from the winter stagnation. And there are several things that you can do to make sure that this spring, especially as we transition, because we're now at least halfway through spring, while you transition from the springtime into summer, you can make sure that you're maintaining your health, that you're supporting your body in the best way absolutely possible. And this is one of those ways to do that. Now, I'm a holistic nutritionist. What does that even mean? Basically, we focus on your whole body. It's not just about the food that you eat, it's about how you treat your body, what you're surrounded by. So, not just internal, but the external influences as well. In springtime and with chronic stress, this is tremendously important to understand because, with autoimmune conditions, autoimmune dysfunction and illnesses, and with the chronic illnesses, your body never shuts its immune system off. You are in a chronic stressed state 100% of the time. If you feed your body well and you treat your body well, then you can help your immune system manage that and manage it so effectively that it can minimize the effects of chronic stress, but it'll always be there. Once you're in an illness state, your body constantly feels like you're fighting something. With autoimmune specifically, with autoimmune, your body is actually fighting itself. It's not just fighting invaders, it's fighting itself. So, with autoimmune dysfunction and autoimmune illnesses, it is especially crucial to pay close attention to springtime chronic inflammation, chronic stress. Okay. Chronic stress triggers chronic inflammation. Basic math or basic science. That's not basic math. Basic science. Chronic stress triggers chronic inflammation. Now, you can hear for me stress, allergies, trying to get over that stupid cold while I'm in the midst of fighting springtime allergies. Not exactly the best situation, but my energy hasn't gone down. I've kept my energy up. So my body is able to fight it. It's just not able to fight it to the point that it's gone away because now I've got allergies and I have some sort of cold thing that the daycare peeps brought home. So I'm getting hit from both angles. when you're fighting chronic illness and autoimmune dysfunction, that's kind of how it feels, is you're getting hit at both angles. Internal, external is just coming at you constantly. With holistic nutrition and looking at it from a whole body approach, one of the things that you can do is not just eating well. When I talk about treating your body well, what I'm talking about is relaxation techniques, um, yoga, meditation, tai chi, walking, but not walking intensely, walking for that relaxation, walking for the meditation. And don't meditate when you when you're walking, no closing your eyes, no going into a Zen moment, but that whole runner's high, there is truth to it. So now, how do you get there when you haven't been there, right? If this isn't something that is in your everyday life and you're struggling with autoimmune dysfunction, you don't want to jump right into it. A little bit at a time. Start with 5 minutes, start with 10 minutes, whatever feels easy for you. Slowly improve and increase that over time. This may mean that you're going into spring, but relaxation and meditation, anything that is stress relief and stress managing, should be something that you do all year long. It should be a 365-day spiral. Circle it around again. So make sure it's something that you enjoy. That's why I'm suggesting walking. You can walk anywhere. And if you're on vacation and you're walking around a tourist area, that counts as your walk for the day. It does. It's not just, oh, I have to walk and I'm doing this. It's, I have put X number of steps onto my Fitbit watch, or your smartwatch. And I did so while enjoying myself. That is stress relieving, you guys. It truly actually is. And when I say exercise doesn't have to be something that you don't enjoy, it doesn't have to be something that you struggle with. That's what I'm talking about. You can incorporate into your daily life with the kids. I get a lot of my cardio from playing with them outside. And I've always suggested it and recommended it to my clients. Go play with your kids. Go play with your nieces and nephews, your friends' kids, the dogs. It all counts as exercise. And those are all stress relieving and stress managing. Let me emphasize that. Now, what about what you fuel your body with? First and foremost, you want to understand what your nutrient needs are, and you want to make sure that those are fulfilled. If you're still receiving cravings, that means your body is still lacking something. So you might need some supplementation. Some of the things that you can do to make sure that you get all of your nutrients into your body, not just the ones that you specifically need a little bit more of, but all of the nutrients to maintain a healthy stress and immune system. You want to make sure you have vitamin D, vitamin C, have some cruciferous foods. Those are superfoods. They contain just about everything inside of them. Omegas, citrus, tropical foods, your herbs. Here's some herbs that I personally have been overdosing on lately. And I highly recommend, if you are in any state similar to what I am, or you're fighting and managing autoimmune or chronic illness, do this. Garlic, oregano, onions, and turmeric, and ginger. Those 5 are your top fighters. The garlic is known as an all-around healer. It is the healer queen of herbs. All right. Onions are immediately behind it. Oregano. You can take oil of oregano every single day. Not oregano essential oil. That is extremely potent. Do not eat oregano essential oil without a lot of education and understanding where your thresholds are. Oil of oregano is a bit more mild. That's more of a daily consumption. Okay. It's a tincture. It's not an essential oil. So it's a little bit safer, especially for some of the other people in your house. If you have anybody that's immune compromised, you want to make sure that when you put things into your food, oil of oregano, essential oils, any of those, that what you're doing is you're maintaining a healthy balance. Because while I say overdose, I don't actually mean overdose. Okay. Because when you go too much, It is equally as harmful as being deficient. So, imbalance, but when I say overdose, I mean I'm eating more than I normally would. So for me, I have a certain amount of garlic, oregano, turmeric, and onions that I eat on a regular basis to make sure I get those nutrients in, those helpful healing benefits in. When I am sick, when I am fighting something from the boys, when I have allergies going haywire, especially cedar season, which we're not in cedar season, I will increase my consumption. And I will make sure that no matter what, every single day I'm having those foods for that specific reason. Now, what happens if you have to supplement because your diet, for whatever reason, just doesn't include the nutrients that your body needs to help it feel like it's energized, it's energetic, it's getting sleep, and it's fighting off the illnesses, the allergens in the air, because there is a ton of them during springtime, you guys, and that's why it is important to talk about this right now. Your supplements, especially your multivitamins, you want to make sure they include some quercetin, some zinc, vitamin A, B6, vitamin E, vitamin C. You want iron in there, you want copper, you want folic acid, selenium. Selenium helps your thyroid operate, which in turn helps your immune system operate well. Copper, all of the above. Okay. With honey, there's a lot of people who recommend honey. And I wanted to address this because there's a misconception. When you go and buy honey in your grocery store, that's not necessarily the honey that will help you fight off allergens. The honey that you need to consume to help you fight off allergens surrounding you within your environment is honey that is produced by bees near where you live. If that is not something that is available, Manuka honey, raw, unprocessed, is the top recommendation. It is the best honey out there to consume to help you and your body fight off allergens if you do not have a local source. Be careful with people who sell honey in farmers markets. Having been in farmers markets for the pasta company for a while, I can tell you that a lot of those companies, what they do is they import the honey from outside your area and then they bottle it. Yes, it is legal. It is completely legal to do, but it is not a local source. And what you'll find on the bottle is it actually has to be identified of not, not grown, just bottled. It'll say bottled in. And it'll give you a town, a city, or whatever. That has to be listed on the label. All right. So be careful with your honey. Do not rely so heavily on honey that you forget everything else. All right. There are two real top suggestions I wanted to make sure to discuss here. And ultimately, I want you to walk away from this thinking spring does not necessarily mean that chronic inflammation and chronic stress takes over my life. It just means that it's present. I have to do some things to help me manage throughout the season. Okay. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple and sweet. Keep it simple and sweet. Okay. Eat your rainbow every single day and eat your food in season. Now, a very easy, simple way to figure that out. First, you could just Google it, figure out what's in season for the month, or you can go into Wild Free Health, and that will be updated next week. We'll have our seasonal foods again and all of that. If you were here last year, you know that if you click on the link, you go to the website for recipes, the seasonal foods are listed with each and every month. Eat in season, eat your rainbow. It's that simple. If having a list is not convenient to eat in season and eat that rainbow, then one thing that you can do when you go to the grocery store without lists, look for things that are on sale. When there is an abundance and stores need to go and sell it off so that it doesn't sit on the shelves, that abundance goes on sale. So 9 times out of 10, the food that is on sale is food that's currently in season because they have so much of it that they have to sell it or it's gonna go bad. It makes it so simple to grocery shop. Now, granted, it's not gonna make it that simple when you shop online, aside from the fact that you can look for the special deals. Beyond that, going into a grocery store and seeing your fruits and your vegetables, look for the things that are on sale. Those are the things that are gonna be in season, okay? They're gonna be the ripest, they're gonna be the best, most nutritious. I don't know what word I just said. And it'll keep grocery shopping very low stress because, like anything else with your health and your nutrition, you wanna keep it simple, you wanna keep it as stress-free as possible. That helps with your chronic stress, it helps with chronic inflammation. Anything that you can do to minimize a triggering of stress, consciously minimize a triggering of stress, will help you manage the chronic stress and the chronic inflammation, okay, and help you bring it down a little bit. For some of you, like I said at the beginning, it will always be present, so you need to just manage it, but you can manage it by getting ahead of some of these things. Two of the ways that you can do so through your diet is keeping it simple, eating the rainbow, and eating in season foods. Couple of other things that you can do to try to minimize the effect of chronic stress and chronic inflammation during springtime. Your probiotics, your prebiotics, and your digestive enzymes. They all help your gut process and digest and metabolize food so that you get the most nutrition out of what you are consuming. Okay. So as you're going about your day, I keep probiotics, prebiotics, and digestive enzymes on in stock. If you're a part of Wild Free Health, you'll see last week I did an experiment. I saw on TikTok that there's a network or direct marketing. So what they're called? No, direct sales. Let me correct my terminology. There's a direct sale company taking their digestive enzymes and putting it into pudding, chocolate pudding. And it actually metabolizes the pudding. So I always recommend Dr. Mercoli. Yeah, Dr. Mercoli. So I tested it out. I also tested out the chewables that I was eating, and those were total crap. So those went into the trash. But the Dr. Mercola, that sucker's staying and is staying on my list of recommendations. I have one other one that I recommend, but it is out of stock right now, and we don't have any in the house. When that comes in, I will definitely be testing that inside the community as well. So, and later on today, if you're around right about 2 hours from now, I am going to be making breakfast cookies for the boys for the house really. And we're going to go over what my base recipe is and how to add in various things based on the season, based on your taste buds. This is something that you could do to help make breakfast easier, help make snacks easier during springtime. There's things that you can put into these breakfast cookies that will help you support your immune system. It'll help your probiotics, your prebiotics, and it will help you digest and metabolize the nutrients that you're eating. It helps you eat the rainbow and eat in season. Tired of me saying that yet? All right. Well, we're going to say it one more time. So, to summarize all of this, the number one way that you can manage and improve chronic stress and chronic inflammation during the summer is to keep it simple. Make sure that you have some sort of stress management routine in terms of relaxation, meditation, walking, whatever, something that helps you let go of the excess energy, let go of the stressors of the day. Oops, and let go of anything that has annoyed you that day. Just let it go. Get it out of your system. Eat your rainbow. and eat in season. If you remember nothing else from our talk today, remember those two things. To manage your chronic stress, your chronic inflammation, you want to eat your rainbows and eat in season. All right, my guys, my gals, I will chat with you later. Bye-bye.